With Supreme and Off-White taking streetwear brands to all new levels, I wanted to pay homage to some of the originators in the streetwear space. So here's my list of 10 influential sneaker brands from the 90s. I may have missed some brands, so leave a comment on which ones I missed that you guys remember. Let's get into the top 10. Number 10, we have Cross Colors, a clothing brand launched in 1989 by Carl Jones. Back then it was more known as urban wear, and Cross Colors had a political message behind the brand of clothes without prejudice and stop to violence and educate to elevate. It definitely became popular with the urban youth and the hip-hop community. Lots of celebrities and rappers were seen wearing Cross Colors. The fad did die down, however, the brand did relaunch in 2014, so you can see the brand in this day and age. Number 9 spot goes to PNB Nation. So what does it stand for? Proud Nubian Brothers? People need bargains? The origins actually mean post no bills. By their definition, it means a vibe, a culturally organized community of brothers possessing a defined territory. Founded by a group of high school kids in art and design school in New York, the graffiti-based logo was eye-catching to me in the 90s and really caught on with celebrities. While this brand is still probably one of the most underrated brands of the 90s, it still was one that sparked many people's interests. And fun fact, Jeff Staple was actually an intern here before he went on to create one of the most iconic sneakers of all time with the pigeon on the back, the Nike SB Dunks for New York City. The number 8 spot goes to Sean John. Many of you guys know him as Diddy or Puffy or Sean Puffy Combs or Sean John. Well, he created a crossover empire from the high-end fashion to streetwear in 1998. The company exceeded $525 million annually, and Sean John was actually awarded CFDA's Men Designer of the Year in 2004. In 2008, they bought Anichi, which was another popular urban brand, and in 2010, they even expanded into Macy's. The brand seemed to struggle after that, finding it difficult to cater high-end styles and prices that were really not streetwear influenced. Number 7 spot, we have Rocawear. Founded by Jay-Z and Damon Dash in 1999, the brand definitely had star power. Instead of an urban brand trying to get a celebrity rocking their product, the celeb itself created it, and it was a success. At its peak, sales hit $700 million, and Kanye West rocked it, as well as Victoria Beckham and Fat Joe and many others. In 2006, however, Jay-Z had a fallout with Damon Dash. Jay sold the brand for $204 million in 2007. The brand is still around today, but is definitely not as relevant. Number 6 spot, we have FUBU. Founded in 1992 by Damon John and others, it started with a line of hats in Queens, New York. In 1995, Samsung, the electronic company, actually invested in FUBU, and in 1998, the sales peaked at $350 million annually. The face of FUBU was rapper LL Cool J, as I remember it, but once word got out that the brand stood for us, by us, it was a double-edged sword. It limited the consumer base to those that were mainly proud to be African American and alienated those that were not but loved hip-hop culture. While choosing a streetwear brand, it was easy to choose the item next to FUBU since people felt like they didn't belong. The number 5 spot goes to Tommy Hilfiger. This is a company that was not intended for streetwear. It was more for that preppy lifestyle, but it was embraced by hip-hop with a sort of we can rock that too mentality. And when Snoop Dogg wore a Hilfiger sweatshirt during an appearance on Saturday Night Live in the 90s, it sold out of New York stores the next day. This newfound market seemed to be embraced by Tommy Hilfiger, however, because Coolio and Diddy walked in his future fashion shows. Hilfiger has definitely had its up and downs, but it is still relevant in today's market, earning $6.7 billion in 2014. B for billion. Number 4 spot, we have Karl Kani, and this brand was officially launched in 1994 for $500,000, and it was one of many newcomers in the urban streetwear scene that featured that baggy jean look. He also had a signature metal and leather plate on his products that he created to keep the replicas away, and in the end it actually ended up being his top seller. I even had some of the boots with a metal plate on it. It gave him a signature to the market and differentiated him a bit. In 1996, he was named one of the 100 richest black people in America by People magazine. Seems kind of racist that they would put together that list, but... And also he won an award for the most successful black-owned firm by Black Enterprise magazine. Like most of the other brands, though, the streetwear scene seemed to die down, and no exception for Karl Kani. The number 3 spot goes to Mecca. And in 1994, Mecca had a huge presence in the hip-hop scene. Mike Olesko, who was well known in the fashion industry, and Tony Shellman, co-founder of urban brand Anichi, Mecca took inspiration from NYC and urban culture, but found its way into the burbs as well. Mecca also found a place in department stores next to high fashion brands like Tommy Hilfiger and Polo, but it was the more urban rooted brand. Back then it was definitely the baggier the better. Mecca helped pave the way for other major brands such as Sean John and is seen as one of the heavyweights in the 90s streetwear brands. Number 2 spot goes to Phat Farm, which was launched by the once iconic Russell Simmons, who co-founded Def Jam Records. You may remember Beastie Boys, Public Enemy, and Run DMC, all part of Def Jam. The clothing brand launched in 1992 when he actually lost about $10 million for the first 6 years of the business. But then when it took off, it really took off, and his net worth was then worth $300 million. In 1999, the Baby Phat collection was created, which catered to the entire family and women, and the brand was carried in over 3,000 stores within the US. But in 2004, Simmons actually sold the brand for $140 million. Phat Farm had an interesting mix of clothing though. It definitely seemed like more of a preppy urban wear type brand. Alright, so we made it to the number 1 spot, and if you guys are enjoying the content, please drop a like on the video. Number 1 is Ecco Unlimited. Founded by Mark Ecco in 1993, this brand was based in graffiti artwork. And in 2009, they had over $1 billion in global revenue and was the largest brand in streetwear in the world. The rhino was definitely a very iconic logo, and what I loved about the brand was the creative graffiti designs in the t-shirts. I probably had about 15 of these t-shirts back in the day. And fun fact, if you didn't know, in 2002, Mark founded Complex Magazine, which is now the mega online presence that brings you guys sneaker shopping and Hot Ones and so many other shows. And my channel is actually even partnered by Complex. Although this isn't a sponsored video by Complex, I just personally like Ecco Unlimited the best. And although it was a late bloomer and gained more popularity in 2000s, the grassroots of the more original products were way more rooted in hip hop, and I loved what they were offering. Eventually it got too big, and that was kind of the downfall of the brand. Anyways, that is my list. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Name some other street brands that you guys remember from back in the day in the comment section below. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have suggestions for future Top 5 Tuesday videos, feel free to leave those comments in the comment section. Maybe I'll do a top 10 like this video as well. But thank you guys for stopping by and watching. We'll catch you guys for some more sneaker videos very soon. Peace, guys.